All right, guys. So one of you in an email asked me for my opinion regarding some drama that happened overnight involving some YouTubers, right? And some of these YouTubers are kind of in the right-wing space a little bit, okay? Eric July, who's involved with this, he is a libertarian. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are familiar with him and his content. Geeks and Gamers is involved. They've become like kind of an anti-woke, anti-SJW kind of gaming channel, okay, where they're kind of just like against Hollywood and all this other stuff and wokeness, right? And while I don't know any of these individuals personally, I do know of them because I watch everything on YouTube, right? I tell you guys, I don't watch any TV or anything like that, Netflix. I don't have any subscription services, but I do watch a whole lot of YouTube for various reasons, right? And I'm very familiar with Geeks and Gamers and Eric July, aka YoungRippa59. Okay, very familiar with them. So they're in trouble, right? There's some hot water, right? As the woke revolutionaries are coming after Geeks and Gamers and Eric July for a Batman review by Ryan Kennel that the wokes deem to be racist.
Consider like overall like moral good people were, you had Jim Gordon, who's black in this. You had Catwoman, who's not white in this. And then you had the mayor, who's a black woman. Again, very much on the nose for current day Hollywood. Did not like that.
Yeah, so the wokes are saying that what Ryan Kennel said was racist because he's basically saying, according to them, that there's too many good black people in the Batman movie. Now, after getting flamed for this, Ryan Kennel came out and explained what he was trying to say.
Obviously, what I'm talking about in this was a section where I talked about identity politics in this movie. No mention of the fact that I liked the movie. No mention of the fact that I gave it an 8 out of 10. No mention of the fact that I said I thought it was really good. Just, well, he didn't like the fact that there were more good black people than good white people. And anyone with an IQ above room temperature could understand that what I'm talking about here is not simply, well, there were more good black people than good white people, so I didn't like it. It was talking about the fact that there were every other white person, every single white person in this movie was portrayed as evil. Every living white person in this movie was portrayed as an evil piece of garbage, except for Batman and Alfred. That's what the statement's talking about. That's what I'm trying to get across, is that even though I didn't ruin the movie for me, you can't get away from that agenda in Hollywood right now. That's obvious. We all understand and know that.
Okay, and that guy has received a whole lot of death threats and a whole lot of threats on the internet from people who are upset about his review of this Batman movie. And yes, guys, I know this is like petty internet drama, okay? It's not actual real news. But look, it's a Saturday, right? News is hard to find. And this is entertaining, okay? And also, I think that this conversation I'm going to break down here between Eric July, the libertarian, and Jody's Corner, the large individual here in the middle that you see, I think is an important conversation, okay? Because this guy right here gets so butthurt and offended by the fact that Eric July, again, who's libertarian, is defending the racist white man, okay? He's so upset, right? For a guy from the hood, right? That's supposed to be so tough, so hard. Words can break this man down in pieces, right? So I want to react to this because I think that Eric July brings up some good points in this conversation. And I want to warn you guys that there's a whole lot of cursing. There's a whole lot of the N-word. There's a whole lot of, like, this is an uncut conversation, okay? This is uncut. This ain't for kids, right? This ain't for the faint of heart. So with that being said, before I actually get into reacting to this, I actually want to show you guys the conversation, the video before this that led up to this conversation, in which this guy, Jody's Corner here, is basically talking about why he's upset with some other guys about Eric July allegedly defending the racist white man. Take a look.
Terrible rapper.
Yeah, I like some of his takes. I don't like some of his other takes. I don't really know the guy. I don't watch him as regular, but he's always there to defend him. And he's black, right? And so Jeremy and Ryan use it all the time as their defense. Guys, we're not racist because Eric's here kicking all the white leftists around, and it's all part of the same
What he
sort of
say?
shtick.
Let me see what he said. What he say?
Who, Eric?
What he say? Yeah.
I mean,
Twitter
he's
widows,
offensive.
They're
They're
my
not.
co-host Batman review.
These crackheads are always looking for a dragon to slay around every corner because they're desperate to hear. Come on, my nigga, stop with this bullshit you doing, dog. He said some racist shit on his video and you capping for him. Man, miss me with that bullshit you talking about. That's your homie. I get it. You should come out here and be like, yeah, my homie said some foul shit, but I know him. I can vouch for him. He ain't a racist. You coming at this shit wrong by calling us crackheads, for calling this motherfucker out for being racist and saying it's a racist bullshit. Come on, dog. You left field out of there, bro.
Right, and they get so hung up on the fact it's like, well, he gave the movie an 8 out of 10. Like, that's not what we're complaining about.
It is not about the movie. It's about there being a racist man getting mad that there's too many good black people in a movie.
All right, so y'all should have a decent understanding of what the drama is about here. So let's go ahead and react to this gem of a conversation, okay?
I can absolutely see where someone would look at what Ryan said, remove that context, and get offended out of that. That's their business. What it is that you have a problem with in regards to what it is that I said.
You can see how people see that as racist.
Taking it out of context, yes. There's a lot of stupid people on the internet, man. They'll reach at anything.
Yeah, so in my opinion, do I think it was racist? I don't think it was necessarily racist. I watch a decent amount of their content, right? Enough to know kind of where their opinions are coming from and what their angle is. Their angle is anti-woke. But I'm just saying, like, I kind of see what he's saying, right? In the sense that was like, well, Hollywood has this racialized agenda where they're trying to basically make it so, you know, the white characters are all evil and the good characters are all black, right? And I think that's what he was trying to say more than anything than him trying to say that, hey, you know, I didn't like the fact that black people were in the movie, right? Or that there were too many good black characters, right? So I think you got to watch them enough to actually understand exactly what they're saying in context. But, you know, this is the internet, right? When you say something, people are going to take a snippet of it, right, and replay it and put it out there to the world, and people are going to have opinions on it without actually really, you know, looking at the whole clip or knowing the history of the people that are making these comments and what they do.
Based on that clip, you can see it as racist, how people can take it as racist. Good. I'm glad that we're getting somewhere here. And in comes you with a tweet response calling people crackheads.
Nervous drinking, by the way, guys. Yeah, nervous drinking.
Calling people crackheads, my nigga?
Yeah, I call people crack.
Looking to defend and dodge. For real?
I call people crackheads all the time, man. That's like a statement. You know, we're probably gonna make some merchandise out of that. I call people crackheads all the time. That is a term that is associated with me.
Crackheads as a black man. What's wrong with you, dog?
Nothing's wrong with me. I call people crackheads all the time.
Do you realize that crackhead is the name to derogatory our black people for?
I don't know why. No. Maybe you do. I don't know why all of a sudden why the term crackhead all of a sudden becomes race.
See, this is what I was saying. If you watch Young Rippa's channel, Eric July's channel, you would know he literally uses crackhead all the time, right? Basically to describe, you know, people that he don't like, okay? You would know that if you watch his channel. But this guy, because he gets so butthurt, right, about racism, right? And his mind is on, you know, the white man hurting his feelings. He thinks that Eric July's use of the term crackhead is racially motivated, right? And that, again, is kind of why I'm reacting to this, because I just find this conversation, what this guy Jody's saying, to be so silly. That he doesn't know anything about the people that he's actually talking about. He hasn't watched any of their content. He doesn't know anything about them. But he's drawn these very strong conclusions about these people, not knowing anything about him. That Eric July is using crackhead to describe black people in racially derogatory ways, and Ryan Kendall's a flaming racist because of his review of the Black Man movie.
Associated with you, but that's your business. I don't associate black people with crack. Call them crackheads.
You don't associate it, but you don't know America does. You don't know white people call black people crackheads.
I don't adjust based upon white people do, because I'm not obsessed with white people. Like
ding. Right? Again, part of the reason why I react to this video, Eric July being on the right, okay, more right leaning, he's a libertarian. He understands the same thing that a lot of people like myself understand as well too, as a conservative, a black conservative. That look, I'm not concerned about the opinions of white people, okay? I'm not all that concerned about that. Despite what the left says, that we're out here trying to bend over for the white man. That's actually not true. I just say what I feel, and it is what it is. I'm not out here automatically taking anything that somebody says as racist, trying to find ways to be hurt by white people. This guy right here is trying to find a way to be hurt. That's why he's so hurt by the use of the term crackhead. Well, that's, associated with black people, right? The white man uses that to put down black folks. Eric July simply like, that's not the way I use it. I don't associate that with any race because I'm not caught up in this whole race stuff. Okay? I just simply use it to describe people that I don't like or that I don't agree with. But see, the difference between Eric July, okay, and, this large individual right here is that this large individual is obsessed with the opinions of white people. He's obsessed with getting the white man's acceptance, right? That's why he gets so hurt by the use of the term crackhead, okay? Because he's associating that with the white man using that in a derogatory way towards black people. He's associating that with the white man hurting his feelings. He doesn't like when the white man hurts his feelings, okay? But the easiest way not to have your feelings hurt by the white man is simply not to associate the use of the term crackhead with black people, right? It's very easy. And again, that's what separates people like Eric July, who's not living in this victimhood mindset, and this guy right here who is perpetually living in a victimhood mindset, okay?
Seems like you are.
You're telling me that you're ignorant to the fact.
No, it's not about ignorance. It's that you make an adjustment. You're talking about how you make an adjustment based upon the viewership of white people. I don't care about that because I don't beg for their acceptance.
Talk to me like a real nigga.
I'm talking to you straight.
You call black people crackheads, that's not racist?
No.
No, I wouldn't say no. Calling someone a crackhead, black, white, or whatever, I wouldn't call that racist.
So when a white person calls a bunch of black people crackheads, it's not racist.
No. If he's meaning literal that they are crackheads, then no, I wouldn't consider that racist.
Ignorant is cheap. This is the problem with you. Bro.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you mean by you people, and calling me ignorant isn't an argument. What specifically, in terms of an issue, do you have, or what it was that I said? Go ahead.
I've had a whole bunch of issues with Snyder Code people who've been wanting to restore the Snyder
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
I've gotten a whole bunch of. I understand. I got a lot of hate, and the number one film god piece of shit who was trolling and sucking my cock for years, wanting my attention, was using the term for me and my brothers coming up in LA from the ghetto and making it on our own.
Yeah, so you from the hood in LA, from the ghetto, but you so hurt by the use of the word crackhead. Ain't it amazing? These individuals who grow up in these gang-ridden environments, how they get so hurt by words. I found it amazing.
Crackheads, the crack corner, Jody's crack corner, and a bunch of crackheads, bro. Because that's exactly the type of terminology that white people use, or other people who are racist towards black folks use, to put us in a negative light. And
okay, here's the thing. Even if that person used that word as a way to be derogatory, the fact that you're going on the internet and acknowledging that those words hurt you actually makes those words more powerful than they actually are. Because he can say that all he wants. But if you don't acknowledge what he said, right, and you show that, hey, what he said doesn't really mean anything to me, it don't really hurt me, it takes all the power out of what he said, right? It takes all the power out of what he said. But you're actually giving power to the guy that called you a crackhead because you're validating his opinions as if they matter, right? You're saying to your audience, this guy's opinions matter. The white man's opinions matter, and I care about their opinions. And I'm hurt, right? Their opinions hurt me, right? That's what you're saying.
And the fact that you sit up here acting like you know what you're talking about with your premature beard, saying that it's not racist, proves you're ignorant.
What does define what the term ignorant means? I don't think you can.
Ignorance is not having the knowledge of something. It's plain and simple.
Okay, so you're saying what is it specifically that you say that I lack the knowledge on?
You don't have the knowledge to know that the term crackhead is derogatory to black people in poverty.
All right, first
to you, you feel that way, okay? Because you've been brainwashed by the left to believe that you should associate crack with black people, okay? That comes from the left, right? So again, these people who, claim to be against racism, they're racist in and of themselves because they automatically associate crack with black, right? If you call somebody a crackhead, you must be talking about a black person. You can't be talking about the white people that smoke crack, right? Or the Hispanic people that smoke crack, or the Asian people that smoke crack, or anybody else that smoke crack. Only people that smoke crack are black people. You're perpetuating that stereotype by getting butthurt and offended. If you don't get butthurt and offended by it, what you're actually doing is that you're actually taking away power from it, right? When Eric July calls all these people crackheads, right? He's actually taking power out of that word, right? It doesn't even become a stereotype anymore because he's just saying it to describe people that he don't like. It's not racialized at that point, right?
First of all, I grew up in poverty, number one. Number two, the term crackhead.
Where you live, by the way? Where you stay at?
I'm from South Dallas, Texas, Oak Cliff, born and raised.
All right, Texas.
Yes, And with that being said, I don't, and I've never have, to be fair, associated the term crackhead with race. Now, again, that sounds like an individual personal problem, and you gave me that rundown and that soap opera story of someone that maybe called you a crackhead, and I don't know if you're saying that the guy called you a crackhead because of you guys' race or that he just used the term. That's y'all's business, but as I mentioned before, that ain't got a goddamn thing to do with me. And I have never once used the term because clearly people that watch my videos and people that watch all of my segments and every bit of my streams, I've used the term crackhead, probably most associating with white folk, to be completely honest, because generally a lot of my content is making fun of goofy white leftists, calling them crackheads and all sorts of things. So you're calling me ignorant based upon your own individual experience that has not a goddamn thing to do with me.
Yeah, so again, I can vouch for Eric on this because, again, people like to think that, oh, all you do is talk junk about black people all day on your channel. No, I actually don't. If you actually look at my videos, right, I actually spend a lot of my time talking about white liberals and white progressives, okay? Like, that is actually a bulk of my content, okay? But again, because people want to see your content a certain way, right? Because anytime you say anything about, you know, certain groups of people that are supposed to be protected classes in this country, they're deeming you as, oh, well, your channel is just dedicated towards attacking a certain group of people. And it's like, no, that's actually not it. Most of the people I talk about and I criticize are literally people that I don't agree with politically. Whether they're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. If I disagree with you politically, then I just say I disagree with you politically. And those are the people I talk about. Okay? That's what it really comes down to. It's not a race thing. It's just simply I disagree with you politically.
You see where it is that I'm coming from? So if I wanted to say some like again, and me of all people being a black person, like for me to just be slinging a fucking term out there that I would think generally be associated with some black person is first of all, I think that's nonsense. But on a serious note, I don't adjust my terminology. I don't adjust what the fuck it is that I say based upon anybody. And it sounds like that's what it is that you do, specifically as it pertains to white people. I don't allow white people in my mental space like that for them to control what the fuck it is that I want to talk about. That's not how I operate.
But you put yourself in the line to defend them, though.
Defend who?
White people who say.
All right. At what point did I defend specifically white people? Did I defend someone that was white, or did I defend someone's whiteness?
That your boy said about black.
What did I say? How did I defend it? How did I defend it? How did I defend it? And no, but
kids trying to slay a dragon at every corner. They don't know what they talking.
All right, so again, how would you consider that a defense? Like again, like what does that term mean?
I don't know, bro. I don't know what world you living in, dog. But it's like I'm talking to a wall. You don't see it as a defense?
No. It's not that I don't see it as a defense. I'm asking you specifically what I defended because you just made Jody and that is your name, right? That's not the name of the whole. All right. So you just made a positive claim about me. Oh, but you will defend white people. I need you to show the receipts, not me defending someone or their statement that is white, that I specifically defended someone's whiteness, because that's what you would have to do.
This is funny. Your brain is twisted with politics, bro. You ain't even.
What the fuck is that? Can you answer the question? You made a positive claim. I'm just asking you to prove it, bro.
So I think what Eric July is getting at here is that there's a difference between defending somebody who happens to be white, okay, versus defending whiteness or white people in general, right? Eric July was simply saying, listen, there are people that are finding reasons to get upset with people about silly stuff, okay, that they're reaching. That's what he's saying, right? And that happened to be in response to the criticism of Ryan Kendall's review of Batman. Ryan Kendall happens to be a white person, okay? So, you know, the thing is that Jody here extrapolates that to, well, you just out here defending white folks, right? You're defending him because he's white, not because you actually agree with his opinion or whatever, or because, you know, you think that people are out of line for basically threatening the guy over his opinion. It can't be that. You're defending him because he's white, okay? And I think that this is what that large individual is getting at here.
That's
You
it.
defended your white friend who said racist shit.
How? What did I specifically defend and how?
All right, for sure. Are you telling me that you didn't defend him?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm asking you to what specifically are you referencing? Because what I want to do, and
I'm not playing these games. Are you saying that you did not defend him?
I am saying that I defended. Yes, I defended, like, in a sense that what I made, the claim.
Why do I need to say anything like
All right, let me make the claim that I made in the video. Did you even watch the video in terms of what that tweet was embodying? Did you watch that video?
I watched the clip of him saying
All right,
racist shit.
nah, I ain't talking about his clip. I'm talking about my statements, which is what are we talking about?
I only saw the tweet.
All right, so you didn't see that. So you don't even understand the fucking context of what was being talked about at all. So you want to talk about speaking out of ignorance? That's literally what you just did. You literally just spoke out of ignorance because you haven't even seen the video.
I'm spoken out of what you said.
No, you spoke out of ignorance. I just asked you, homie. I just asked you if you watched the video that the tweet is specifically referencing. You didn't.
I'm not coming at you for the video.
No, but you're coming at me. You're coming at me with a tweet. You're saying that I'm defending. I will say this. I will say this. There is no way in the tweet that you reference. If we're talking about the tweet and the tweet alone, I didn't defend shit in that tweet.
You didn't defend.
No, go ahead. Read it all the way through. In order for you to have to make a claim that I defended him, you would have to reference the video. I didn't defend a goddamn person in that video in that tweet right there. I didn't defend anybody.
Who was that tweet for?
The tweet was for me and the video. That was what I was talking about. That's who the tweet was for.
You full of shit, bro.
Ain't no full of shit, nigga. Go look it up. Pull it up. Hey, you got that big screen right there in this studio that you bought off a property that ain't your house. Go ahead and pull it up on that shit back there.
That tweet wasn't related to Ryan?
The tweet was related to my video in which I spoke about it. The tweet itself wasn't right.
My nigga, listen. I don't care about your video. I'm only coming at you for the tweet.
All right, the tweet doesn't offend anybody. Go ahead and read it. I'm asking you to read it. Read it thoroughly right now. Go ahead, read it. Read it.
Let me pull it up.
Pull it up. Read it.
I can't believe this nigga's playing these gymnastics.
Ain't no gymnastics, nigga. You playing the gymnastics because you playing yourself.
No,
you flipping and shit. Try. Now you stuck. You stuck because you're claiming that I'm. All right, I was gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt because I'm hoping that you watched the video, but you didn't watch the video.
I don't need to watch the video. I'm not coming at you for the video.
All right, you're coming at me for a tweet. You're saying that I'm defending someone when nobody was defended in a tweet, Jody.
All right, so. Yeah, this conversation goes off the rails, and I actually want to fast forward to another part here, in which it really goes off the rails at the end, and I just want y'all to hear this part because this is hilarious. This is like bonus footage right here. Okay, this is like bonus stuff.
I'm playing no game. You making snarky. No. You're making snarky statements and you're hostile. When I called you a fat ass, that's me making fun of you. But I will tell you, that's me making fun of you. You don't have your balls in your word, and you're acting like you wasn't just trying to hostile on. You don't have no employees. You don't have nobody on payroll. You fat motherfucker. Whatever you call it is what you call it.
So I just want you to understand what they're arguing about now, because this guy, this large individual, basically sidetracks the conversation to talk about whether or not Eric July has people on payroll. And they get into this semantics argument about what payroll actually means, right? So this is where the conversation at the end really goes off the rails.
Whatever you call it is what you call it. Hey,
as long as I get more bitches than you, as long as as long as my beard ain't dry, as long as my cock
you can get as many bitches as you want, homie. I'm married. I'm a grown ass man and I'm married. How old are you? How old are you bragging about getting bitches? How old are you? Was you raised by a single mother? Was you raised by a single mother? Is your father in your life? Your father in your life? Is that why you brag about that shit?
About what?
Bragging about fucking bitches. How old are you? You probably older than me.
Did you just make a fat joke?
Yes, yes, I made a fat joke because first of all, but me calling you fat is objective truth. You a fat motherfucker. I'm asking you about on a serious note. Were you raised by a single mother? Is that why you brag about fucking bitches? Is that why you brag about fucking bitches? Is that why you? I'm married. There's nothing to brag about regarding bitches. You tried to use it. You tried to use it as a brag, homie. You tried to use it as a brag that you got more bitches. You try to use it as a brag that you got more bitches. Were you raised by a single mother? 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 Have you ever had a positive male figure in your life? Is that why you lash out like that? Huh?
Well, we know that because the dude is so sensitive, right? He's so sensitive. Now, in regards to his comment about, women, yeah, I mean, that is some middle school stuff, right? When, you're in an argument with somebody and you're like, well, at least I get this many women, blah, 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 blah. And I mean, considering, hey, I don't know his personality, maybe, I don't know, maybe he does. I don't know, right? He probably pays, but hey, it is what it is. Saying that, like, what does that mean? Like, what does that add to the conversation, right? Now, again, that's not to say calling somebody fat isn't necessarily below the belt either. But I mean, I think in regards to maturity, I think that, talking about how many girls you done slept with when you're talking to a married man, I think that's, it kind of shows you kind of where this guy's head is at, right? His maturity level. Okay.
Today.
Can you answer my question? I mean, I'm asking seriously, excuse me. Were you raised?
He's nervous. The roast are getting to him. This nigga
the roast.
I grew up doing this, my nigga.
The roast of. All right, I'm asking you a serious. I don't care. You're bragging about shit. You're bragging about shit to a nigga on the internet. You're bragging about shit to a nigga on the internet that I don't give a shit about.
Like it's $30. I saw it at IKEA, my nigga. That next to that Ripper, that's an IKEA bulb. That shit cheap as shit.
All right, so congrats. All right, what did I get from IKEA?
James Harden, them naps in your hair, my nigga.
What did I get from my
God? So now he's trying to roast Eric July, like he's in middle school or something, talking about his light is cheap and like, oh well, he doesn't spend money, right? He doesn't blow his money on a whole bunch of depreciating assets. Guy must be broke, right? Again, this guy's mindset, again, he has the mindset of somebody that, again, is a hood mentality, right? Getting offended by words, getting all overly emotional, don't really understand money, okay? Worried about, how expensive somebody's, accessories are. Again, it's just kind of crazy, man. It's really ridiculous.
IKEA, we're good. What did I get from IKEA?
Let me see that Scotch.
What did I get from IKEA?
All right. So, yeah, that's the gist of that conversation. It really went off the rails. I think that kind of shows you the mentality between somebody who is not woke, right? Somebody that's not living in a racialized world in which every interaction with somebody, any words that somebody says has to have some type of racial undertone, or, they're trying to offend somebody or something like that, versus somebody that is wrapped in, the whole victimhood mindset, and that everything that somebody says, could potentially be offensive in some way. Again, I found that conversation to be absolutely hilarious and fascinating. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.